Welcome back to another video on Influential Sports. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And today you got a big WNBA trade alert. I would have recorded this earlier, but the Chiefs and Bills game was on, so I had to focus on that. As I was also trying to get the details of this blockbuster WNBA trade that happened. And man, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what really went into this and what was really the thought process for the Las Vegas Aces and the move they just made. So in this trade, the Seattle Storm, it was a trade with the Seattle Storm, Los Angeles Sparks, and the Las Vegas Aces. Now the Storm and Aces, they both made the playoffs last year, both ended up losing. The Sparks had the worst record in the league. The Seattle Storm, they were swept by the Aces in the first round, 2-0. The Sparks, they went 8-32, had the worst record in the league. And then the Las Vegas Aces, they lost to the Liberty in 4 games in the semifinals. They lost 3-1. Now, what the Seattle Storm needed was a bench depth, and they kind of got that. And they got Lee Euron from the LA Sparks. She only played 14 minutes a game. She averaged 5 points and 3.7 rebounds and, 14.4 minutes per game. But in the games that she did get time, she showed that she can be a double-double machine. She can go out there, get double-digit points, get double-digit rebounds if she's given the time. So I think then the Seattle Storm also get the second overall pick. And I think obviously Paige Buckers is going first to the Dallas Wings. But I think Olivia Miles is a clear-cut number 2 in this upcoming draft. So getting Olivia Miles, who would be a great player to add to the team. And then the Seattle Storm, obviously with Skylar Diggins-Smith and Jewell Loyd, a decision was going to have to be made because they both underperformed in the playoffs. And they made the decision to get rid of Loyd, who they ended up sending to the Aces. The Aces will get Loyd from the Storm, who she's been averaging last season. She averaged 19.7 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.6 assists. And she's a 6-time All-Star, 2-time champ, and 3-time All-WNBA. They also got the 13th pick, which is going to be the first pick of the second round. But then the Aces, to get this deal done, they had to send Kelsey Plum, their second best player, to the LA Sparks, who averaged 17.6 points, 4.2 assists, and 2.6 rebounds per game, and shot 39% from 3 this past season. She's on the LA Sparks now. 3-time All-Star, 2-time champ, once All-WNBA, once won 6th Woman of the Year. Then the LA Sparks also get the 9th overall pick. And the player that could be, and even though they moved down, they could be getting Anissa Murrow, who's a double-double machine, averaging 18 and 14 for LSU. So you add that to, that's only going to help this team. Now let's get into the grades let's circle back to the Seattle Storm and get into the grades for them. The thing the Seattle Storm needed was a bench depth, and they were going to get that in the draft. They definitely can. So obviously you still have Skylar Diggins-Smith. She's still your starter team. But you had a 2nd overall pick now, and you can get Olivia Miles, who's one of the best young guards in the league, in the college basketball right now. So you take her with that 2nd pick, and then I would assume you're giving more time to Lee Turing, came from China, and she's been in the league a few years. You give her some more playing time, see what she can do. I think she could add some real value to this team and help Seattle. Like, they lost in the first round last year, and they obviously want to get further than that this upcoming season. So I gave them a B+, because I think the 2nd pick, that holds a lot of value, getting that from the Sparks, who were the worst team in the league this past season, and they needed bench depth. So they're getting that not only with a solid player, and then they're also getting a draft pick who could, I'm assuming it's going to be great when she goes to the WNBA. So I give it a B+, and I wasn't expecting this trade at all, especially with Kelsey Plum and Jewell Loyd being involved. But they had to move on from Loyd. But maybe you could have got one more pick or one more player back for Loyd. That's why I'm giving it a B+, because I feel like they maybe could have got a little bit more. But I think this package is pretty solid. Now, for the LA Sparks, I gave them an A-. They were the worst team in the league last season. They needed a lead guard. Now, they traded down, but even that trade down, you can improve your bench depth, and you can get somebody like Anissa Murrow in the draft, Izzy Higginbottom, if you want to go that route. And then you found your lead guard in Kelsey Plum, averaging 17 points and 4 assists, multiple-time All-Star. She has championship experience. So I felt like that was a great move for the Sparks. So I gave them an A- for making that deal. Like, I was surprised that they didn't have to give up that much to make this deal go through. All they had to do is move down 7 spots in the draft and give up a player that they're only playing 14 minutes a game. So it was an A- for the Sparks because this team, they're one of the bigger markets and they want to improve. They want to be good. They want to be competing for championships. And this won't make them an instant contender. But what they need was a lead guard, and this can make them an instant playoff team, especially if they pick the right player in the draft, like Nisa Murrow or Izzy Higginbottom, as I mentioned earlier. Now, for the Aces, I don't really get for the Aces, the moves don't really make sense in my opinion. I gave the Las Vegas Aces a C. Like I said, they lost to the Liberty 3-1 in the semifinals, but nothing changes for them. Like, Jewell Loyd adds to saying, and I think Kelsey Plum was better last season than Jewell Loyd, but Loyd isn't terrible. She's really good. They're both really good players. But I don't think she changes the dynamic of the Aces and what they're trying to do. Like, they're obviously trying to win a championship. And then the chemistry that Kelsey Plum had with Aja Wilson, like, that was amazing. Now you got to rework around some of that, and you got to introduce Loyd to the, and obviously that's going to be all teams. But with the Aces, I felt like they had a special type of chemistry with those two, and them being a dynamic duo. And I don't know how well Loyd will fit into that system. And she could be great, but I don't think nothing changes with the Aces getting Loyd. That's why I gave them a C, because I felt like this is just an unnecessary move for them to make, getting rid of their second best player. And you do get a good player in return, but I don't think you're getting a better player back. Then they also get the 13th pick, which you could probably get a steal with the first pick of the second round. And they also needed a pick because they won't be picking in the first round because an investigation happened with them last season. So it made sense for them to trade to get a better draft pick. But I just think it was a bad move for the Aces. I think the Storm and Sparks come out of this winners. I think the Aces lose this trade. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. That's it. Peace.